not be let back into Myanmar. Her husband and their 2 sons accepted the award on her behalf.
For me, receiving the Nobel Peace Prize means, personally, extending my concern for democracy and human rights beyond national borders. The Nobel Peace Prize opened up a door in my heart.
Today, Aung San Suu Kyi is free, and now her aspirations for democracy and human rights in her country are stronger than ever. Since political reforms in 2011, Myanmar has been opening up, and with it, Suu Kyi's political career. Her National League for Democracy party has pledged to work for national reconciliation.
If I am asked why I'm fighting for democracy in Burma, it is because I believe that democratic institutions and practices are necessary for the guarantee of human rights. In my own country,
in her acceptance speech, Suu Kyi pointed to ongoing interethnic and religious violence in the north and west of Myanmar.
To the west, communal violence,
50 people were killed and many others wounded in clashes between Muslims and Buddhists in Rakhine State between the 28th of May and the 14th of June. Thousands of others have been displaced by rioting. In her speech, Aung San Suu Kyi also called for the liberation of remaining political prisoners in Myanmar and warned that unknown ones could go forgotten.
I'm standing here because I was once a prisoner of conscience. As you look at me and listen to me, please remember the often repeated truth that one prisoner of conscience is one too many.
Prior to Suu Kyi's speech, the president of the Nobel Committee called on China to release the dissident Liu Xiaobo. He was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 2010. Hopefully, one day he too will be able to come to Oslo to accept his award.
A second break, we'll be right back.
His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji
Reverend Hannah Karen Falheim.
In the words of the permanent secretary,
there is direct relationship between the economic growth of a country.
This 5-hectare maize field that you are seeing here in Ilyasa village.
No matter how, where, when and who is involved, our corps of reporters will always be there to bring you the news as it happens.
Over to sports. Preparations ahead of the Pro-Am Golf Championship are underway, with organizers hopeful of attracting top local and international golfers on the Fajara golf course. The competition comes against the backdrop of efforts to expand the game both as lucrative sports as well as a vehicle for sports tourism development. Our Babkar Sangor previews the upcoming championship.
A year earlier, this was the mood which greeted the first major Golf Association Pro-Am Championship, a terrific period of top-class golf competition, a moment that marked the Gambia's Fajara golf course as a leading destination for golf tourism. A year on, the GGA, with help from the Gambia National Olympic Committee, are about to roll out another high-profile tournament.
The tournament, the Gambia Open and Pro-Am 2012, is the national championship for golf in the Republic of the Gambia. This year, the tournament is being played under the most distinguished chief patronage of the President of the Republic of the Gambia, His Excellency Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. A.J. Jammeh, who was the chief patron for the last Open, and indeed for the Open that was in 2004.
The Fajara Golf Course will play host to some of the country's top golfers, as well as leading names from across the sub-region. The last Pro-Am Championship marked a turning point for golf in the Gambia, as the game began its emergence as a leading sport in the country. The GGA has in effect engaged some of the brighter talents in helping them develop interest and strengthen their playing skills on the vast course. The sport has been regarded by some as a bourgeois popular culture but the sport is increasingly gaining momentum in the Gambia.
The tone of the tournament is to bring together amateurs as well as professionals, golfers, together every year from Gambia and abroad to compete in amateur categories and professional categories. Like I said, it's the national championship for the Gambia, and it's sanctioned by the Gambia Golf Association.
When the golfers take to the course and tee off on the brand course once again, expectation will grow at record heights as golf takes a steady position in Gambia's vast sporting fields. For GRTS Sport, this is Babukar Senghor.
From sports, we turn our attention to the weather report courtesy of the Central Focus Office.
The source assures us of a continuous flow, and from there, everything follows. And for those of us who know what the River Gambia stands for, understanding its sustainability in all aspects of life is easily confirmed. The River Gambia provides nutritious delicacies as food, while it provides its wildlife a balanced ecosystem. This river, as a sanctuary, is committed to its inhabitants' needs without season. And as you travel along, all these values are replicated in one company, Elton. Just like the River Gambia, leads in its commitment to values that matter most. Elton, championing the vision for a new generation.
And before we end this edition of the news, a reminder of our top stories. Officials of GAIPA have embarked on a nationwide tour to sensitize regional authorities and stakeholders to the agency's mandate. The National Population Secretariat has turned to religious leaders for help in the successful implementation of the revised National Population Policy 2007 to 2015. Egypt's democracy-starved electorate have trooped to polling stations across the country to elect a new president in a tense runoff vote. And Myanmar's iconic pro-democracy campaigner Aung San Suu Kyi has given her Nobel Peace Prize address 21 years after winning the award. Well, you can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website, which is at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. Well, that brings us to this edition of the news. Thanks for the pleasure of your company and have a very good night.
I never see your type. You know all your troubles of bad dreams, sickness, barrenness, hopelessness, misfortune can be a thing of the past? Come to Winners Chapel Manjai Kunda, the home of signs and wonders, where your dreams of traveling, prosperity, promotion, marriages, fruitfulness, healings and deliverances can come true without struggles. Join Pastor Dominion Adebayo for the word of liberation on Sundays. First English service 8:30 a.m. Second English service 10:15 a.m. For love service 8:30 a.m. Power communion service at 6 6 p.m. on Wednesdays. Visit our Gambian headquarters in Manjai Kunda or any of our branches at Manikunda Highway in Basse, Balanga area after Trust Bank in Farafenye, by Joko Brikama Highway in Brikama, number 3 Lasso Wharf in Banjul, and next to Gal Petrol Station